Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming to you with another video review. And today, thanks to my good friend Miggytron, we'll be taking a look at the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Transformers Dinobot set. Now, what makes this absolutely exciting is what they did for the exclusive is take 4 of the 5 Dinobots from G1 that have recently been given to us in the Age of Extinction film and have given them that G1 paint scheme with all the beautiful chrome and clear plastic goodness. This set is sure to get a lot of us G1 fans really excited. Now, the other thing that's really cool is that there's a very special package that the figures come with. As you can see, the main package just has a giant image of Grimlock. You can see some of the gold bits and the red bits here. I also love the art with his mouth and like they got the flame, and then you got the Transformers thing right there. Nothing really on the side to speak of. You got the regular little giant Autobot logo there, nothing at the bottom. But then when you come to the side here, you got a little bit of a read-up. And it says, deep beneath Mount St. Hilary, from the command center inside Autobot headquarters, Grimlock orders his Dinobots to attack. They emerge from the primordial sludge, charging forward to swoop down on the Decepticons with a terrifying snarl and the sheer will to turn the toughest Decepticons into slag. I absolutely love how they got all the original Dinobots' names in this. That is terrific. And then we come down to a very special bit for the artist who designed the package for it. And it says, Matthew Reinhardt is a uniquely talented storyteller. His paper creations explode from the pages of his books, delivering a 3D experience that immerses readers in new worlds and brings them deeper into familiar ones. Each of his pop-up books is part artistic wonder, part paper engineering marvel, a medium unto itself where engaging stories wait to be discovered. This is his second journey into the world of the Autobots and Decepticons, having visited previously the Transformers Ultimate Pop-Up Universe. And it says that includes 4 Dinobot figures and the instructions. So that is the read-up on it. Now, this, like I said, is the primary packaging that we get on the outside. But when we open it by cutting some tape here along the side, we get some more packaging. And I really don't have a big enough area to do this, I don't think. This piece right here slides out, and here you have all the figures. Just getting this out of the way. We'll take a look at the figures individually, but you got Snarl, which is, I believe, the first time that we're getting this figure, Strafe or Swoop, Grimlock, as well as the Slug or Slag. So we'll take a look at these here in a minute. But what's super ridiculously cool is this whole thing is a pop-up book. Now, let me get this camera back. I do apologize for all this extra junk here along the side. You have to take this, unvelcro this from this side. Kind of tough Velcro. And then you can see some extra Velcro pieces here. You take this and then you fold this. God, I reattached the Velcro. Fold this back and the whole thing opens. Bring this all the way down like so. Then bring this, attach the Velcro pieces here. It's kind of tough, and it gets monstrously big. And here you have Mount St. Hilary in a pop-up book form. Now, I'm just going to pick this whole thing up. I mean, that's how big this is. First, you have the outside here. Now, just adjusting this a little bit when you do it, look at all of that. It's ridiculously cool. There is the actual mountain or volcano, and you got the arc crashed into it. I mean, just fiddling with this a little to get it to pop up a little bit better. I mean, this is incredible. Setting the camera down, spinning it around. You now also have the interior of it. And starting up here, just taking a look at things, again, going to push this down a little bit. You can see the spy satellite thing. You got the Teletran 1 with Grimlock on there, showing his very teeny tiny brain. all this stuff. You got Soundwave right there. Soundwave just hanging out. I mean, it's unbelievable. You come to the top, it's got a little helipad thing right there. Then all the control panels and everything right here, everything looks terrific. You got a ramp here along the side that obviously goes up to Soundwave. That's amazing. And then you come down here and you can see, I don't know how well that's going to come across. It's very dark. It's so hard to get light in there, but you got the volcano down there. You got some actual lava detailing in there, and you got the ramp. I mean, all of this is simply incredible. It's very big too. I mean, again, rotating this around to the side. Oh, it's starting to detach a little bit. Rotating around to the side. I mean, you can see just how big this is. I mean, you're seeing all the sides of my review area. I mean, it's simply incredible. It's quite possibly the coolest package and use for a package that we have ever gotten on an exclusive set. I mean, this is stunning. I mean, you can have the figures sit right here. I mean, all of the detail on here is just absolutely exquisite all the way around. I mean, this Matt Reinhardt nailed the crap out of this. This is simply gorgeous. Almost to the point where I have no idea where I'm going to put this, but it's almost to the point that this kind of stands out as being an incredible piece just in itself, and we haven't even gotten to the figures for it. So that's Mount St. Hilary. that's the pop-up packaging. It's absolutely incredible with all the details. So let's actually now take a look at the figures. Alright, so here we have the G1 inspired colored Dinobots opened up and out of their packaging. And these guys really are quite gorgeous looking. Now, we've seen these three before. It's the Deluxe Slug, the Deluxe Strafe, and the Voyager class Grimlock. Snarl here, though, is the first time we're getting this figure. So we're going to take a look at him last because I got to show you how to transform him. And what I want to do, because we have seen these guys primarily already very recently, I'm going to show you how they compare to their G1 selves and why they basically have the looks that they do. So setting Snarl off to the side, first taking a look at Slug. Now here we have him next to his G1 toy, and as you can see, there's a lot of inspiration. There's a little bit more chrome on this guy, but you can really see where a lot of the similarities come from. On this one, you have the red horns, you got the chrome crest. One thing that's a little bit unfortunate is that they have a kind of this clearish gold sort of color on the original G1 toy. They just basically took the entire head and chromed it, which is not bad. Of all the Dinobots in this set, I think that Slug departs from the original G1 toy probably the most, but I still enjoy them. You come around here to the back, you do have the clearish gold, the tail on the original one, and they kind of replicated that here with gold on this guy's tail. It's all just molded in this gold, and then this is painted gold. And then you got the silver chrome here along his main torso. You got the silver chrome here on his front legs. Again, that's pieces that aren't necessarily there. I do love how in the original G1 toy he's got these blue stickers. This guy's got these little blue bits that are painted on here, which I think looks terrific. Again, a really nice nod. There's a couple other little bits, not a heck of a lot. Like I said, this is the one that probably departs the most from the vintage look, but overall appearance still looks pretty nice. Now, he does still come with his little spear weapons, and I still think is really goofy. You plug him in here on the side and you can have a running dinosaur that can strike you down from the side, or flying wings. I still think that these are stupid. Next we have Strafe as well as Swoop, and this one gets a little bit more interesting. I absolutely love the recreation here where they actually took the top section of Strafe's head and made it this clear plastic that you can see very nicely. Very reminiscent of the original G1 toy, after I dropped this guy, where the top part again is this clear plastic, and then the bottom is a red jaw. That's very similar here. They both have the yellow eyes,
Both of these heads have the yellow eyes, much like the G1 toy did. I also love how they even went as far as putting an Autobot logo there. I don't know how well, let me try getting, yeah, you can kind of see it. He's actually got little tiny Autobot logos on his nose, much like the sticker here had with the original toy, which is terrific. Coming back, oh, not zooming in. Coming back, again, you got the chromed out wings, you got the red body, you got some yellow and green details on his arms, much like the vintage toy had the yellow and green stickers right there. And then I don't have his arms pushed all the way in. It actually is kind of hard for me to do on this, or it's hard to get out, but you do have that. You have the gray arms, whereas these arms are gray as well. So a lot of similar designs. You come around here to the back, and then you have these stickers that showed some tech detail on the back of Swoop's wings. Strafe has the exact same thing. You got some really cool tech details on there. I really do dig that. Now, he also does come with his weapons. He's got these little clear and then red painted tip missiles that I just normally stick right there. So you do have that. So again, very similar look. Now, one thing that I don't particularly like is he's got red feet here on the original G1 toy, as you can see, whereas this one, they chose to give him the clear feet. I don't particularly like that. I think it would have been better if they had those painted red just to match a little bit more. And then you can see that he's got these black stripes coming up from his legs. That would have been nicer if that was also painted red. But for the general look, like I said, these guys look great. And Strafe resembles his G1 self a little bit more than Slug did. And I really do appreciate that. Up next is Grimlock. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a G1 Grimlock. My Grimlock is actually a really busted up G2 one. But you can see where there are some similar looks here. You got the nice gray, you got some silver paint, you got the gold, and this is actually a clearish kind of gold here on his torso, much like the actual G1 toy had. You got a clearish, yellowish, goldish sort of thing going on here with his toes. You got red eyes on this guy, which is nice. You got some gold paint. You do still have the gimmick where you can have him go chompity chomp chomp chomp. Hello, I'm Grimlock. What's your name? I mean, that's about it. You got chrome silver down here, which will become his feet, and then you can see his torso. You got the silver and the gold. That's going to be his chest in the actual robot mode. One thing that's actually neat is the way this was packaged. This is the way that the transformation shows you to do it, where you have these little arms down here. But when it was packaged, these were actually up here, and I kind of looked at that. I was like, it's kind of weird. Why would they do that? But honestly, it looks a little bit better when you do it like that. These arms no longer are going to be positioned right because they're now going kind of on an angle. But if you position them like that, that actually kind of looks a little bit better, I think. And I didn't even notice it until I got this guy. But I really do dig them more up there. It closes that gap just a little bit, and it doesn't look as ugly. I mean, it comes down here, and you got the arms in the proper position, but this just looks cooler. I'm really kind of surprised. Like I said, now, it unfortunately does keep these little pins for his little dino arms on a bit of a goofy kind of angle outward, but generally speaking, not too bad looking. So again, the detail just really comes through on this and gives you that G1 feel, and I absolutely dig it. Now, up next is Snarl. And as I said, this is the first time that we've gotten him from the new Age of Extinction line. And I think he looks absolutely terrific. I know a lot of people are big Snarl fans. A lot of people just like Stegosauruses in general, I think. But you can see that, again, there is a nice homage to the original toy, where the giant spines on them are done in this really nice gold chrome. Instead of the actual body here being just gray plastic. They have that as being silver chrome, which I don't think looks bad at all. They got some gold paint here on the feet, much like he had gold here on his feet. I actually really do dig that the back sort of thigh here, or not thigh, but like calf area is clear, much like the original toy had a clear bit right there. The head is also clear. This one has gold, whereas this is a more clear, sort of clear. You can see that his mouth opens and closes. He does also have weapon storage, which is right here. This is his weapon. It kind of makes his plates look a little bit more insane when it's like that, but overall, this is a really nice looking dinosaur mode. All the dinosaur modes have all really very much impressed me. Articulation in this, the legs pretty much locked in this position. You can bend his, I guess, back knee. That looks like it's going to be his arm, as that's his hands. And then the front legs here move forward and back. They bend here at this, nothing at the little ankle bit. The head does articulate up and down, which is actually kind of nice. You got a back neck, and then the head also moves up and down. And then the mouth, it's a little bit hard to get into because it's kind of tiny, and I don't have very long fingernails, but he does have an opening and closing mouth, which is very cool. I absolutely dig it. One thing that I'm also noticing is that the back thigh area up here is also clearish, much kind of like how this guy's got this clear bit right there, and then you can see that the back part of the body is red, much like that is. The only thing where it really sort of veers away from the original is that his whole tail is gold on the vintage, whereas this one, it gets black down here, but this also comes off. This looks like it's his weapon as well, but I'll split it, and then it comes out, and then you have another little weapon right there. So leaving that tabbed up in there gives you that kind of look. And let's see, get that. Well, I'll fiddle with that later, but you can actually leave that off if you want. It kind of looks derpy, but we're going to have to do that for the transformation anyhow, so getting him out of the way. And the transformer, I mean, all the other ones I'm going to just transform off camera and bring him in, but since, like I said, we haven't seen this guy yet, I'm going to show you how to transform him. So first, what you want to do, come around here, you're going to kind of loosen up this back section, just like so, kind of pull this out, and then bring these arms out just like that. Get that out of the way. This whole section will then be a little bit more loose. You can flop that back. Then you've got these little side panels right here that sort of tab in, kind of detach that, and then this whole section will loosen up just like so. Then you want to bring this all the way around and get that out of the way. Then bring this all the way down like so, and this will push down and lock into place. But you have that now loose from the body, but the section right here, which is also a clear plastic, that'll be now permanently attached to the upper body. Then come down here to the legs. We're going to split these. All of this kind of chrome that pegs into each other honestly does make me a little nervous because it's chrome pegging in, so over time I'd be worried that it would become brittle, so who knows what's going to happen over time. But you're going to split that apart, then extend these out. These are his legs. Then what I find really strange is they have a fake, like, you're going to take this head, you're going to rotate this around here, and then you bring the foot down, fold this all the way forward, that'll lock into place. Do that on this side as well. What's really weird, and that was kind of stiff, and then just angle these, get these out of the way, is he's got his normal dino head, but then he's got a completely different one. Well, I mean, it's not completely different, but you got a whole nother one on the opposite side. So there's some symmetry here, which is kind of cool, but it's really weird. I don't get that. So straighten out the legs, come down here, straighten out the feet, just like so. Fold this back, you're going to rotate these around, and then you got a little tab right here that this chrome section will rotate forward. Give that a nice little push, lock that into place. Do that there as well. Fold these down, and then come down here, lift out his head, rotate the arms right here, rotate the hands. We're going to get to this here in a second because this is ridiculous, but rotate that around and straighten them out. The legs here are a little bit loose. It's not bad, too terribly bad. I can tighten that up. But here you have Snarl in his robot mode. And I have, well, I mean, you can take this section here, you can split this. It's the instructions tell you to split it out like that. It kind of gets in the way with these other panels, so I don't like necessarily splitting them completely. I kind of sort of half split them where there's a little gap right there, but it gives clearance here for the giant panels here on the side. Okay, so I really like the way that this figure turned out. I think he's really neat looking. I'm really liking this one more than the actual retail one. The retail one has a very ugly color scheme, but this really bugs me. This is locked into place, and I'm gonna come in here so you can see this. That's the way his wrists are, guys. That is absolutely ugly. These are quite possibly the ugliest wrists I have seen on a Transformer in God knows how long. It would be fine if this could click down a little bit, but it doesn't. So there's his arm, and then his wrist just sticks out. It's like I can't even mimic that with my own arm. I mean, it's like perpetually bent upward, and you can't, I mean, even the human body can't bend your elbow or your wrist up like that. That is so incredibly ugly. I mean, I honestly, when I first saw that, I was like, are you serious? Somebody at Hasbro said that is a good look? I mean, for the love of God. And then you got his weapons, and you got his tail here, which you took out. And this is how you hold it. He holds it alongside his body this way. I mean, what? And then, this other weapon here, this actually folds out to create kind of a little, I don't know, it looks like Batman. I mean, it's like a Batarang or something. This pegs in here, and then he holds it like that. So it's really strange, and his ankles are kind of annoying. It's I don't get this at all. It's just a absolutely atrocious design. That's the word that I'm going to use. It's atrocious. No excuse, I don't think, for that at all. It's so wickedly bad, and I really, I don't know. I just don't know. I guess maybe you could do it like this. All right, let's go. I guess you could do it like that. That's maybe how they're telling you to do it. That's actually probably a little bit better, but I mean, it's still, I mean, and then now you can actually keep it away from the body and it's bent. I get, all right, so that's not too bad. But now you got the arms stuck like this. Ooh, me Snarl. I mean, not a fan of it. It does look a lot better like this now, though. But if I'm going to rotate the elbows for any kind of articulation, you gotta keep it like this. It's just so bad looking. This is a giant gap in the forearm, so odds are this is how you're going to have to display them. I don't like it. I think it's a really bad design that just does not look good whatsoever. Now, zooming back here, like I said, we have all the Dinobots, but we've already known for the while now how to actually transform them. So what I'm going to do is transform them real quick, and using some movie magic, we're going to go from Snarl being all alone to being joined by the rest of his Dinobot comrades. Now, we do see 4 of them here. People will automatically ask, well, where is Sludge? Or Slog, or whatever they're calling him now. Basically, the Brontosaurus dude. Well, it's been revealed that we are going to be getting one in the G1 scheme, much like this, with the chrome and the gold and all that stuff. But that's not coming out until later this year and will be an Amazon exclusive. Now, whether or not that means we get it through other means, I know a lot of times things that are Amazon exclusives also become Big Bad Toy Store exclusives. So we'll have to find out in due time, but keep your eyes open, because if you get this set, you need to have Sludge or Slog or whatever. I mean,
I'm sad. No one likes me. I'm Sludge. No one cares. Oh, I'm all alone.
But, I mean, these guys just look terrific. And again, the G1 colors just come through so nicely. Coming over here to Strafe first, it just looks really quite beautiful. One thing that I really do dig is that the way that they designed the chest here, coming in to look at it, like I said, you got his Autobot logo right there in the middle. And it's cool because you got one half of the Autobot on the left side and you got the other half on the right side. I mean, that is really cute. I don't know if they intended for that to happen, but I think it's really a wonderful little touch that I absolutely dig. Now, again, they are the movie design, so if you aren't a fan of the movie designs, you may not necessarily appreciate this set quite as much as, say, I do. Now, one thing that I will say is that Snarl, in terms of his robot mode, is probably my favorite of all the Dinobots. Even going and beating Scorn, who's not here because obviously he wasn't a part of the G1 set. This guy he has a very G1 look. I mean, he's got the spikes on his legs. He's got these, well, he doesn't like standing very well sometimes. He's got these spikes coming off the side. It just has that same look. I just really hate his wrists. But, I mean, everything else kind of has to follow a movie sort of design and aesthetic. This guy doesn't really have to all that much because he wasn't in the movie. So there's more liberties that can be taken with him, and I think it looks really good. Now, we have already visited these guys, so his articulation, you do have a left and right motion here. It is on a bit of a ball joint. You're not going to get a heck of a lot, but actually a really cool face sculpt on there as well. Coming in to sort of see that. That's a cool looking face sculpt. I dig it. Very almost dog-like, but really sharp. I like that a lot. And then you got the swivels here at the shoulders, and they swivel in and out. I love how these actually attach to the back of his upper arm so that it doesn't really conflict with anything. It stays attached very nicely. He does rotate at the upper part of the bicep. He bends here at the elbow. The wrists do rotate all the way around. You can get the ugly thing going. I mean, this does look a lot better. I really kind of ranted, and I shouldn't have, because this really does look much better, but you can't really pose him holding any of his weapons. It's just, I hate these kind of arms, but I can't complain too much because he's got those kind of arms as well. Now, Grimlock does kind of as well, so I should be used to it by now. Ball jointed hips right here, but again, a little bit loose. I mean, they're not falling. I mean, you can see, but there is this one, well, this one's a whole lot more loose than this one is, so this one I'm definitely going to have to tighten up. But rotates at the upper part of the thigh, but be careful, because if you rotate it too far, it will pop off. Not so much this one. This one does a little, but it's actually holding in there a lot better now. He bends here at the knee. There's a lot of stuff going on here at the knee when you're moving things around. I wish that these could tab in to the side or something, but as they are, they just kind of fold up there and stay there, which kind of stinks. The ankles move forward and back, but they are locked into position. So articulation is actually pretty good on them. The shoulders, or I'm sorry, the elbows really limit some of the posability that he might have, which is unfortunate, but I can sort of live with it. You got Grimlock. I mean, again, just a very cool look. One thing that he's got going is a really cool all black head sculpt. He's got red eyes in there, which might be actually hard to see, but I really dig that head sculpt and the paint on here. It's a very glossy paint and just looks really wicked. I absolutely dig it. That's so neat looking. And then the rest of the body just overall looks very sharp in this color scheme. You come down here to the legs and you got these little nice blue bits right here. I would have liked it more if they maybe mixed and matched, because Grimlock had a couple different colors like red, blue, and green here. I would have liked it if that was there. That would be a little bit nicer to see, but again, it has a fairly nice sort of G1 look. I like the gold chest here, much like the actual G1 toy had, and then get him to stand a little bit better. He's kind of funkily positioned. Slug here, actually one thing that's really cool about Slug is that his head is actually this clear bit
that a lot of the other parts on these figures that are clear are actually done up in. It's a clearish copper color underneath it. It almost has more of an original G1 kind of look with the goldish, dirty clearness with it. So that's kind of neat. I do appreciate that. I think that's a neat little touch. A lot of chrome on him, very, very bright. He almost looks like he's got a lot more of the chrome blaring at you, other than, I guess, Strafe, because a lot of his chrome is in his wings. I mean, you just got a lot of it there, but again, really nice. You got the nice Autobot logo there. You got an Autobot logo on Snarl there. Grimlock's got one here on his abdomen. And then setting him right back there. Come on, stand and bend that little leg there. And then we got Swoop, like I was showing you before. Very cool looking. He does have the ugly gorilla arms as well. Not much you can really do with that, but I really do dig the little chest piece thing here. Maybe, I don't know. No, you can't even really get it all that. Oh, well, you actually can if you bring it up like this. Bring that up and you can actually make one big Autobot logo right there. I mean, I really dig that. Like I said, I don't know if they intended that, but I think that's a real neat touch. But you got all that chrome on there. I am going to have to do something with the tail bits, much like I did with my original one. You just boil some water, put this in there for a while till you get it soft and kind of a little bit more pliable, and then you bend it in the position that you want. And then I stuck mine in the freezer. I guess you could probably put it anywhere, but I put it in the freezer just to rapidly cool it. But visually, these guys really do stand out and look quite stunning in their G1 colors, and I'm absolutely thrilled that they did it this way. This is a wonderful way to sort of give us this by making it a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And combining this with the box that you get in terms of display options, it's just simply stunning looking. Now, setting these guys off to the back, we got to transform Snarl back because we've already done all these. If you do need to know how to transform any of these guys, my videos are up on my playlist and things of that nature, so you can check that out and you can get the instructions on how to transform these guys. For Snarl, though, we're going to just take his head, straighten it, tuck it down, kind of locks into place, so to give it a nice little push. Then bring this section, tab that together, detach this. Detach this. You can bring this up and over like so. Then rotate these arms around like that. Then rotate the wrists up like so. Do that on that side as well. And then you angle these down and put them into the shoulders. Then you can bring this together. Now, before you do this, it's a little bit easier. You got his tail weapon. You got little tabs right here, and then you got the slots on the inside. So just line that up. There we go. Little fiddling. Got it nice and good. So then bring this back just to kind of get these out of the way. This whole hip assembly, detach this so you can loosen that from the main torso. Take this, rotate his head out just a little bit, then bring these back like so. Detach that, bring that. Then you're going to bring these up, kind of bend the knee, and slot these. This is the little tab right here. This little section here is going to slot up on the underside here. So bring that up, lock that kind of there in that slot. Something like that. There we go. Bring these legs down. Do that on this side as well. Fold the head all the way out. And then when you do that, you can bring all these together, and then if it didn't pop in there, just kind of wedge that back up in there, just like that, just like that. Make sure these feet are now up along the underside of his head. Straighten out his little legs, just like that. And here you have Slug back in his dinosaur mode, and this for me is probably my favorite looking of all the Dinobots. I just think this guy looks really cool, and that didn't tab in there very well. I just think that he stands out, like I said, and they weren't constrained to a specific movie design, and I think that gave him a little bit of freedom to kind of experiment and give us a better overall looking figure. So I dig it. I really like it. Now, real quick, we're going to get these guys transformed.
And this is where I think that this set really looks good. Now, the box is phenomenal. There is no question about it. That is probably the best looking package that we've ever gotten from any kind of exclusive, regular release or San Diego Comic-Con. The folks at Hasbro, and specifically Matt Reinhardt, did an incredible job with it. Where I'm going to put it is now the biggest problem that I have, because it really is big. So I honestly don't know if I'm going to display that box, which is kind of a shame. It leaves a very big footprint on anybody's shelf or table or anything like that. So it's going to be hard for people to find a place to put it. But these guys can be displayed very easily. They're much smaller and just look absolutely stunning. The way that they incorporated the vac metal to chrome these guys out, the use of the clear plastic, the updated paint applications, all really come together and give this an absolutely stunning look. This was an absolute brilliant idea for a Comic-Con exclusive. With the Dinobots being in the movie and everything, a lot of people really hoped that they would look like their G1 selves. And this is a nice way to kind of give that to us without being constrained by how they actually looked in the film. Everything about this set I absolutely love. The only thing that I don't like is I really do wish that they would have included Slug. Now, I have no idea why he wasn't included, but at any rate, I'm going to get that figure. As I said, he's going to be an Amazon exclusive, but we might also get that through Big Bad Toy Store. Do not quote me on that. But as I said, a lot of times we get Amazon exclusives that are also BBTS exclusives, so keep your eyes peeled to BBTS for anything like that. Now, unfortunately, this set, as I said, was only available at San Diego Comic-Con. There are rumors that very limited supply will be available on Hasbro Toy Shop, but don't keep your hopes up for that, because this is going to sell out very quickly. The only real way that you're going to be able to get this and be guaranteed it would probably be through eBay, and this set is already going for double the price that it was at actually San Diego Comic-Con. At the convention, this was a $160 set, which, considering Slug is going for $35, if you do $30 to $35 for each of these figures in addition to that box set, that's actually a pretty good price. And right now, this is already going for over $300 on eBay. So if you really do want this, good luck. I hope you're able to find it, because this is an absolutely gorgeous set that is sure to stand out in anybody's display. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with me by liking my Facebook page at facebook.com/teambotimus and by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. Also, I'd encourage you to check out my new website at optibotimusreviews.com, where you can see all my videos from the previous week, as well as see what I have coming up for future release. And also, guys, I'd really appreciate it that if you like this review, to please thumb it up, comment, and share this video. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.